Episode 8 of WandaVision. I give it a 10 out of 10. WandaVision has a good way of taking characters who are not Wanda, nor are they Vision, and not even Vision is Vision, and giving those characters spotlight. This one was Agatha Harkness's turn. We go back in time to the Salem witch trial, something I didn't know existed until YouTube Easter egg videos enlightened me. We get to see her being held down. Why is she being handcuffed? How? Isn't she a witch? They're also witches. But if they're also witches, doesn't that mean that there's witches in the Marvel? She kills them all. My critical brain always asks these questions where I can't just sit back and enjoy the show. My notes are always getting documented. But it looks like even her mom was a witch who tried to end her. But blue magic is weak to the purple magic that Agatha Harkness was using her wiggly woos to, yeah, it was creepy. It was weird. But after the whole Yumo Gui Fai Mizao, we cut back to regular Earth, or the Hex. In the Hex, it's explained that Agatha has Wanda inside of an ancient ruin, which is why she can't really fight against her here. She's in the middle of that circle. That's why. I don't know. And Wanda's accent made a little return, and they actually commented on that. We know why Wanda has an accent, and it's because of the flashbacks. Three major flashbacks. Was it four or three? First, Wanda's a little kid watching I Love Lucy, watching Dick Van Dyke Show, watching all of those shows. That's where it's all in her memory from. Okay, cool. So that's something you used to do to learn the language, and they would only speak English back when they were kids. English or any language and any accents for a kid can be taught and untaught also. But once you're older, you're kind of stuck with that. Your brain isn't as malleable and can't. That's my computer. Your brain isn't as malleable and it's not going to change its old ways. You can't teach a new dog old tricks. You know what I mean? It's explained that Pietro is actually not really Pietro, it's Pietro. So that was just a cool little nod and a cool little Easter egg this whole time that Evan Peters was recasted. All those theories right out the window. I actually, I'm not mad at that one because I never fully accepted that it was the Fox X-Men Quicksilver. It was just an agent of what's her name, Agatha Harkness. It's funny. It's a cool little joke, and I was getting revelations and answers to questions that I asked. So I'm happy about that. I was on the edge of my seat for this whole episode, even for parts where it's like, oh, that was nothing the whole time. At least I know now. At least I know that that was nothing the whole time. Same with the residents of Westview. They're just residents of Westview. Nothing special, nothing more, nothing less. Wanda's father is not Magneto, and mother is never anyone of note. They're watching Malcolm in the Middle and all those shows. How could she be watching Malcolm in the Middle if she was born in 1989? She would have to be older than 10 years old in this show. And as I was telling Trinity of Second Street Marvel, I think she may have been older than 10. Younger than 13, but older than 10 years old. Because, what's her name? Wiccan and Speed are 10 years old. And the kid of Wanda looks older than Wiccan and Speed looked from a couple of episodes ago. Oh, they were in this episode 2 at the end of the episode. So the Tony Stark Industries bomb appears there just as she explained it. Her probability hex magic is why it didn't go off. Did she get hit by the Mind Stone yet? No. Her probability hex magic existed before. Why? Because she is the Scarlet Witch. She is this one-of-a-kind entity. It's explained. I accept it. They did a little bit of effort to explain that to me. She's this constant or this nexus or whatever it's called. All right, Scarlet Witch, here it is. Next flashback that they go to is the Hydra days. So she's chilling. They enter the Mind Stone. One of the doctors is like, "Are you sure no other patient has made it out alive?" You're recording. She's a mutant, I think. Possibly. We don't know for sure. But you see Jack Kirby's Scarlet Witch appearing in her eye. The Mind Stone gives her powers, fully powers, and she's good. Hydra. The next flashback was from what's it called? The Sword headquarters, sorry. And in the Sword headquarters, She's breaking it down to this agent. Listen, I need him to have a funeral. Vision needs to be buried underground. That builds on the Avengers Endgame scene where she's talking to Clint, and it just helps. I think actually this was filmed. Yeah, they actually everything was filmed after Endgame. This was filmed with Endgame in mind, and I love how one went to the other, and it feels like the same character that we had in that movie we all saw in April 2019. We saw that one in theaters. So wonderful. Wanda's doing a consistent character, and we get to see slowly what breaks her when she's talking to Agent Tyler Hayward, this fucking asshole, who he fucked with the clips. He made us think that he was a good guy and he had to struggle. And he was like, oh, during the blip, you guys didn't know how hard it was. Oh, Monica, hey, just a couple of days ago, we got this footage. And look, it turns out she broke into it. She did not break into anything. They're like, hey, can you use a key card? Nah, you don't need it. She was waiting the whole time. She was doing everything the proper way. I hated Wanda for that. It was because of Tyler Hayward that made me hate Wanda, where I gave up on her. Where I said, Wanda, you are a villain. There's no way you could be doing this and keeping all these people under control. And you went and got Vision and all that. No, I was lied to. I was lied to. I apologize, Wanda Maximoff. You're going through some stuff, and I understand, and I'll give you some leeway. I understand you're doing some bad things, of course, creating that hex and everything, but still, you were driven this way. Tyler Hayward wanted you to come. Tyler Hayward said to you exact quote words. He says, not everyone has the power to bring their soulmate back online. Eh? You put that idea in her head, and you know what she did? She brought us a soulmate back online. You guys are breaking apart the body just so you can dig up the vibranium. Tyler Hayward he's a top tier villain right now. Of course, you're not going to F with Thanos and Killmonger. I like Loki also. After those three, who's in Marvel that's a better villain? We can argue Hela. We can argue Vulture. Tyler Hayward is up there. Tyler Hayward is up there as a badass villain. Ooh. We get confirmation here that Westview actually exists. After Wanda leaves, she gets a property deed of New Jersey, and it looked like it was signed by Vision. That's my interpretation. I'll watch Screen Crush explain why that's not the case. But she goes in and she says, the whole fucking hex appears. A Vision appears. Not the Vision, a Vision. The whole time we were watching Vision, it was not a real character. To me, this renders episode 1, 2, 3 obsolete. This renders every single scene that happens in the hex in episode 5, 6, 7 that happens with Vision, obsolete. I don't care what happens to him at work. I don't care if they were able to make the lobster dinner in time. I don't care that he got a raise. I don't care that the guy was choking on his on food. I don't care about anything that had to do with Vision. Anytime they cut away to show us what was happening with Vision in the library, I don't care about the talent show where, oh my god, people are gonna know because they know they're under the hex power. 1, 2, and 3 are completely garbage. This episode was flames. That was about it. I'm gonna do a second video covering the Tyler Hayward reveal and how he snaked us by changing the camera work. How there was that all along, and comparing it to Agatha all along. And I'll show you why Agatha all along was crap. And I mean, the song was wicked, but the heat is on Tyler Hayward. For Agatha all along, the heat is on Matt Shackman. And if you don't understand heat, it's a wrestling terminology. The audience hatred is heat. So I hate Tyler Hayward as a character, but I'm mad at Matt Shackman. I'm mad at the scriptwriter. I'm mad at Kevin Feige. I'm mad at everyone else for making Agatha all along that way. You didn't even film her. You didn't even film her when Pietro showed up at the door. How was I supposed to know? You selectively film and unfilm, and that's not a good trick. That's the video that's coming up. The Pokemon stuff that I watched, you know what? That last game with Arceus, Legends Arceus, I'm hearing good things about it. I went back and finished the video, and yeah, it does have the regular battle screen and everything. It's not coming out holiday 2022, it's coming out after the holidays, which means they're not going to rush everything so they can sell you a game. They've got a game. It's called Diamond and Pearl Remix. I'm not mad at Pokemon right now. They're doing a good thing. They're doing a good thing. I'm chill.